Draymond Green has gone too far. This latest incident where he punched Jusuf Nurkic during a recent Phoenix Suns game has resulted in an indefinite suspension and looks like the end of Draymond's stellar career with the Golden State Warriors. It's gotten to the point where even his staunchest defenders and Warriors apologists have had enough. The talent Draymond brings to the basketball floor is getting greatly overshadowed by his ridiculous antics and irresponsible behavior. I think the Warriors are ready to trade Draymond, an idea that would have been unthinkable even a year ago. And frankly, there's no other option. Welcome everybody, my name is Troy and this is the Half Court Report. Be sure you click that thumbs up button and subscribe for some of the best NBA content that you're going to find on YouTube. I'm not even going to show you the Nurkic Draymond video because there's just so much negativity in the world already, and the whole episode was just disgusting. That being said, I have gone through every team in the NBA to find some realistic Draymond Green trade options for the Warriors when, not if, they decide to move on for him. I will say that I'm already expecting some of you Warriors fans to come at me in the comments after you see some of these trade proposals, so tell me where I'm wrong and what trades you want to see. Let's start with a trade that I have been beating the drum on for a while: Ben Simmons and Royce O'Neal for Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins. It's no secret that Ben Simmons' time in Brooklyn has not gone really how anyone hoped it would go. But I think Simmons still has a lot of value, especially on a Warriors team that has so much shooting around him. Really, the only thing holding Ben Simmons back is his health and whatever he has going on mentally. I think a change of scenery with the Warriors would be exactly what Ben Simmons needs. He's a big defender, he can play make even better than Draymond can, and he doesn't bring the attitude issues that you're going to get with Draymond Green. The Warriors also get back Royce O'Neal, a stellar 3-and-D player. Brooklyn is able to salvage the Ben Simmons trade by getting one big contract for Ben's big contract, but they also get Andrew Wiggins, who, yeah, I know he is in a slump right now, but this is a former All-Star. He would be a great option in Brooklyn with the players they already have. Next up, what about a Portland trade? DeAndre Ayton for Draymond Green and Kevon Looney. This is another one of those big contract for big contract kind of deals. Ayton has a lot of years left on his deal. Draymond has 3 more years left on his $100 million deal. DeAndre Ayton would give the Warriors that starting center they've been hoping for ever since they drafted James Wiseman. Ayton would just have to focus on rebounding and scoring inside. And with Portland in rebuilding mode, they could use Draymond's edge. Then I've got a trade with the Detroit Pistons, Joe Harris and Marvin Bagley III for Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, and Dario Saric. I like this trade because Draymond gets to go back home to his roots in Michigan. Maybe being closer to home would really help him to settle down, have a refresh on his career, and the Pistons are rebuilding. They need veterans like Draymond and Dario Saric, and they'd get a young up-and-comer in Jonathan Kuminga. The Warriors could see what they have with Marvin Bagley. They would get off Draymond's contract, and they get another shooter in Joe Harris to help with a playoff run. I also think the San Antonio Spurs could be a good fit. Doug McDermott and Devontae Graham for Draymond Green and Corey Joseph. This gives the Spurs an enforcer to put next to Wembanyama. Maybe Popovich and the Spurs could help to settle Draymond down a little bit. For the Warriors, they get bench help and some shooters in McDermott and Devontae Graham. Next up, I really like this trade with the Charlotte Hornets, PJ Washington and James Bouknight for Draymond. I don't have to tell you this. The Hornets do not mind taking on guys that are a bit rough around the edges. Let's just leave it at that. You have LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller to score the ball. You put Draymond Green in that front court with Mark Williams. That's pretty scary interior defense. Then Charlotte has their power forward in PJ Washington, and you take a flyer on James Bouknight, who was a lottery pick just a few short years ago. And then I've got a trade with the Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry for Draymond and Gary Payton II. This is another one of those big contract for big contract kind of trades. Draymond would start for the Heat along with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. This is a tough team that would do really well in the playoffs. Add in GP2's defense, could be one of the best defensive teams in the league. The Warriors get off Draymond's contract, they bring in Kyle Lowry. Hey, why don't they just start Curry, Paul, and Lowry? 3 veteran point guards, some of the best in NBA history, and see what you get. And finally, sit down for this one. This mega trade involves the Chicago Bulls trading Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Andre Drummond for Draymond, Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, and Brandon Pajimski. All right, let's just look at this one for a second. Lot to unpack here. It's no secret that the Bulls have LaVine and DeRozan on the trade block. This would really allow the Warriors to go all in this year to compete for yet another championship. But in order to do that, they would have to trade the beloved Klay Thompson, who, let's face it, is not having the best year